Hey guys, McBoxMono here, and today I'm bringing you a video about Vel'Koz's rework. So, more specifically about why he needs to be reworked, since a lot of the League community has expressed their concerns about his potential rework. So let's look at the facts and why Riot has come to this conclusion. In changing Vel'Koz. At the beginning of this year, Riot announced a mid-year mage update for 6 champions, those being Brand, Zyra, Malzahar, Vladimir, Cassiopeia, and Vel'Koz. The update is supposed to resemble the Juggernaut and the Marksman updates that have occurred the past year, where their goal isn't necessarily to completely change the champions as they are, but rather give them a distinct, cohesive, and healthy change, which aligns with their goals for Season 6, which is to make all League games feel different and unique. Riot did ask for the community's feedback before they pursued this daunting project and found that most people were rather confused when it came to Vel'Koz, for they felt that he didn't need many changes considering he's always been at a balanced state in the game. Riot responded by stating that all he does is provide damage, which isn't unique, and many of his abilities don't feel right, specifically his W. But with more feedback from the community, they provided an update earlier this week stating that the big change wasn't necessary. They like his kiting potential with his Q and his W and his ultimate burst, along with his organic deconstructive passive, but they didn't like the mindless wave clear with his W, the high damage and low utility aspect, and the difficulty of reaching the backline. So from what it sounds like, Riot doesn't really think Vel'Koz has an established identity when it comes to playstyle, or in other terms, too many disadvantages when it comes to other poke mages, which are Lux, Ziggs, and Xerath. Think about it. Ziggs, although in a weaker spot at the moment, offers AoE damage with his Q and his ultimate. He can zone checkpoints with his minefield and has a form of repositioning himself and his enemies with his W. Lux, who's at a stronger spot right now, has a lot of quick burst with her E and final spark, but can also provide CC with her bind and utility with her shield. And finally, Xerath, who has a similar playstyle of offering high amounts of damage with low utility, can reach the backline with more ease with his Q, as well as offering a stationary ultimate with high range. So then we are left with Vel'Koz, who can offer a lot of damage but relies on his team to provide utility, and has a harder time reaching the backline for he has to be stationary during his ultimate process. What I'm trying to say here is this. Lux can do a large amount of damage, but still provide a shield and a bind to her team. Ziggs can do a large amount of damage, but provide a knockback to reposition himself and a minefield to zone choke points. Xerath can do a large amount of damage, but has an easier time reaching priority targets with his Q and W because he can move while he's casting, and he has a stationary ult that has a higher range than Vel'Koz. You see where I'm getting at? Vel'Koz is getting reworked because his kit revolves around solely doing damage, and that's it. It's too general. Whenever I play Vel'Koz, which is a lot because he's my main champ, I feel like the only thing I'm doing is throwing down my spells. The fact that his combo relies on him proccing his true damage stacks gives him a playstyle that doesn't feel distinct compared to the other poke mages in League of Legends. Now that's not saying Vel'Koz is a bad champion, that's just identifying why he feels inferior as a poke mage. All he needs change is a slight tweak in his abilities. I'm not a game developer, but I think a change in the way his W works would be beneficial. The fact that I feel like his combo in a teamfight is just pressing Q, W, and R feels like I'm shooting 2 of the same spells and then a giant laser. A different element of his W would make his kit feel a lot more healthier. I really hope they keep his passive, his Q, and the ultimate in his kit, for I feel like those abilities really make Vel'Koz the fun and cool champion that he is. One last thing to point out is that Xerath got reworked on patch 4.2 and Riot did a great job by making his kit feel different but a lot healthier, so I have faith that Riot will get Vel'Koz right as well. But what do you guys think? Please comment on what your opinions are on Vel'Koz and what changes he needs, as well as hitting the like button and subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you guys, have a good day.